Every day, millions of people wake up, go about their lives and never give a single thought to the fact that an ancient, slow-moving river is quietly breathing life into one of the most ecologically rich landscapes in the United States. It's not loud. It's not flashy, it doesn't trend on Twitter. But without it, Florida would collapse. Ecologically, economically, and quite literally. This place, the Everglades. And it's not what you think it is. It's not just some swamp. Actually, calling it a swamp is like calling the internet just a wire. The Everglades is a sprawling, slow-moving sheet of water stretching from Lake Okeechobee all the way down to Florida Bay. It's technically a river, a very, very wide one, creeping at the pace of about 100 feet per day. Slow, sure. But when you're holding together one of the most biodiverse ecosystems in North America, you don't need speed. You need stability. Here's a weird truth most people don't know. The Everglades is the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles live together. Yup, roommates. They both call this place home, even though they're evolutionary cousins who, let's just say, don't typically send each other Christmas cards. But here, somehow, they coexist. Because the Everglades doesn't just allow life, it insists on it. And speaking of life, let's talk biodiversity. The Everglades is like a 5-star hotel for wildlife. We're talking over 350 species of birds, 40 species of mammals, 50 species of reptiles, and hundreds of fish and amphibians. That's not even counting the more than 1,000 species of plants, many of which are found only here. Some are so rare that losing the Everglades would mean saying goodbye to them forever. No backups. No cloud storage. But here's the drill, this whole thing. It's balancing on a knife's edge. The Everglades filters and supplies water to more than 8 million people in Florida. Think about that. This wetland isn't just about animals and plants, it's literally tied to your faucet. It captures rain, filters it naturally through its vast sawgrass marshes, and sends it underground to recharge the Biscayne Aquifer, South Florida's main source of drinking water. So, when you pour yourself a glass of water in Miami or Fort Lauderdale, you've basically got the Everglades to thank. And yet, people have spent the last century trying to drain it, pave over it, or squeeze it into submission. Back in the early 1900s, the idea was to conquer nature, dry out the useless wetlands, build homes, grow crops, and basically turn paradise into a suburb. Canals, levees, pumps, dams, Florida went full Frankenstein on the Everglades. Water that once flowed naturally was rerouted, halted, and diverted. Wetlands dried up, wildlife vanished, and the ecosystem began to unravel. Fast forward to today and we're still trying to undo the damage. It's like trying to unscramble an egg. Now let's zoom in on the animals. Ever heard of the Florida panther? Sleek, solitary, and very shy. Only about 120 to 230 of them are left in the wild, and the Everglades is their last real refuge. Then there's the West Indian manatee, chubby, slow, and basically the teddy bear of the aquatic world. They munch on seagrass and chill in warm waters. Without the Everglades, they're homeless. Oh, and snakes. Burmese pythons, to be specific. These guys aren't supposed to be here. They're invasive, brought in as exotic pets that got released and decided to go full apex predator. Now they're eating everything from raccoons to alligators. It's a serious issue, but also, only in Florida, right? But it's not all doom. Efforts are being made, big ones. The Comprehensive Everglades Restoration Plan, or CERP, is the largest environmental restoration project in United States history. Billions of dollars. Decades of work. The goal? Get the water flowing naturally again. Heal what was broken. Bring back the rhythm of the river of grass. And this isn't just about trees and turtles. Restoring the Everglades helps protect Florida's economy, tourism, agriculture, even real estate. Hurricanes? The Everglades acts as a sponge, absorbing storm surges and buffering the coast. Rising seas. The wetlands help slow saltwater intrusion into freshwater supplies. Climate change? The Everglades stores tons of carbon in its peaty soils. Dry them out and all that carbon goes airborne, like opening a vault of problems. Let's talk fire. Yeah, fire. The Everglades needs it. Naturally occurring fires clear out overgrown vegetation and help certain plants germinate. Without fire, parts of the ecosystem literally start suffocating. This place isn't just surviving, it's dancing to a beat that humans keep messing up. Now let's bring it even closer to home. The mosquitoes? Yeah, annoying. But the dragonflies that eat them, super useful. The sawgrass that cuts like paper. It hides baby alligators and tiny frogs. The wading birds with legs like chopsticks. They feed on fish that feed on insects that feed on algae. Everything, every single thing, is part of a cycle. Remove one link, and you don't just get a missing piece. You get a chain reaction. Even the tiniest changes can snowball. A single drop in water levels? It shifts the breeding habits of birds. It dries out the hunting grounds of panthers. It exposes tree islands to invasive plants. It's like playing Jenga with an ecosystem. Only the blocks are alive. But here's the real kicker. No, drill. Most people don't know any of this. Ask the average American about the Grand Canyon, they'll nod. Yellowstone, for sure. The Everglades? Isn't that the place with airboats and gators? That's like calling the ocean salty water with fish. Technically true. Also totally missing the point. So let's break the stereotype. The Everglades isn't just some spooky marsh filled with reptiles and mosquitoes. It's a living, breathing masterpiece. It's slow, quiet, and deeply powerful. It doesn't shout for attention, but it deserves it. Because if the Everglades dies, Florida's future gets a lot messier. Wetter in the wrong places. Drier where it shouldn't be. Thirstier. Hotter. Louder. More chaotic. What's at stake isn't just some trees and water. It's balance. It's the silent workhorses of nature doing the background jobs that keep your cities livable. It's the unseen, the unheard, the underappreciated. But without it, we lose more than just a landscape. We lose a system that protects, nourishes, and sustains millions. And it won't come back easily. Now, if you've made it this far, you're either deeply into ecosystems, very curious, or possibly lost and wondering how you ended up in the middle of a wetlands TED Talk. Either way, welcome to the Cool Club. If you like this and feel a bit smarter, or at least more fun at parties, hit that subscribe button. It's totally free, unlike the billion-dollar restoration plan. And hey, subscribing won't restore the Everglades, but it might restore your algorithm.